to another Vincent ASMR video. And today we're actually going on the popular subreddit Life Pro Tips. And I'm going to be reading some of the tips on there. It's one of my favorite subreddits. I've only recently gone into Reddit. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you do like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you do want to see a part 2 or any other content like this, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment down below. If you want to see a part 2 of any other series or you have any other suggestions, don't forget to comment down below. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. We are on our way to 1,250 subscribers. Now, I think I did an advice video a while back and people really liked it, so we're going to sort by the top pro-life, or the top life pro tips of the past month, and we're just going to go over maybe the top of the year actually. Why not? We'll get the best of the best. Alright, here we go. If you want a smarter kid, teach your child to read as early as possible and instill in them a love for books, because as soon as they can read, they can teach themselves, and that will be a lifelong advantage over their peers who do not have the same ability. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I used to love reading as a kid, but then, I don't know, I just kind of stopped after a while. I'm not sure why. So yeah. Number 2, when you sign up for anything online, put the website's name as your middle name. That way, whenever you receive spam emails, you will know who sold your info. That's pretty funny. Except if you use it on every website, then you won't know who sold your info because, yeah, I don't know. Next one, always tell a child who is wearing a helmet how cool you think their helmet is. It will encourage them to always wear it. That's true. That's a really good one. I like that one quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I like that one. Next one, just because you did something wrong in the past doesn't mean you can't advocate against it now. It doesn't make you a hypocrite. You grew up. Don't let people use your past to invalidate your current mindset. Growth is a concept. Embrace it. I definitely agree with that. I think especially when you're going from being a teenager to being an adult, you know, there's a lot of growing up you do. There's a lot of stuff you wouldn't have done in the past. And it's important to realize that stuff, you may not agree with what you did, but you grew up, and that's it. Anytime you think about contacting an ex or an old crush, rub one out first. That one's pretty funny. Next, your company didn't know you existed before you applied and won't notice when you're gone. Take care of yourself. Fair enough. That's a good professional one. Next, do not try and be the man your father would want you to be. Be the man that you would like your son to be. It more clearly defines your own convictions, desires, goals, and motivates you to be your best. I agree with that. Yeah, most of these I agree with, but I just think they're fun. They're very thought-provoking. So yeah. Gym closed and won't respond to your emails asking to suspend your gym membership. Call the bank and order a 1-year stop payment to them. Most banks are currently waiving the fee for this. Also, fuck Anytime Fitness. Lol. That's funny. Next, when a friend is upset, ask them one simple question before saying anything else. Do you want to talk about it or do you want to be distracted from it? I feel that. I think another important one, I think maybe for people more in like relationships is if your significant other or whatever is telling you a story or telling you about their day or something that's annoying them or whatever, ask them if they want to vent about it or they want to find a solution. to the problem. That tends to help quite a bit with a lot of discussions for me personally. So yeah, in college in college it is much better to be friends with the people who have the party house than it is to live at the party house. 110% true. Whoever has the party house, it is always trashed. It is always kind of gross. And yeah, 100%. I'm skipping some of the ones that don't really relate to me, or that I can't really like give an opinion on, should I say. For people starting a new job, if a task typically takes someone 3.5 hours and you can get it done in 1 hour, don't turn your task in right away. Wait about an hour. If your managers discover how productive you are, they will quickly overwork you without proper compensation. True. Yeah, 100%. Strict parents can turn their kids into more effective liars because children who are afraid to tell the truth learn more deceptive behaviors to avoid getting in trouble. Set reasonable rules and expectations for your child. Reward positive behavior and accept mistakes as a chance for learning. I agree. I don't have kids, but I agree with that, like, as an idea and a concept. A marriage proposal should not come as a big surprise, despite what you may have seen in the movies. The topic of marriage should be thoroughly discussed and well thought out before you propose. 100%. I have kind of like, well, obviously I haven't thought about getting married, but, well, that's not obvious, but I guess I just haven't. But yeah, it's always surprising when, like, people, like, not even in movies, but like YouTube, even on like YouTube and stuff like that, people are like so surprised that someone's proposing, and like I feel like you should almost expect it. I don't know. It definitely needs to be like discussed and thought out. So yeah. When someone gets interrupted while telling a story, invite them to continue after the interruption is over with as you were saying about this, or something similar. It can be comfortable for the person to start back up, and this makes them feel like you valued their words. 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's so awkward when people get interrupted and they can't finish their thought, and it's not so much because it's awkward, it's just because I can relate to that so hard. So yeah. Ask yourself, what does it matter to me? The next time you find yourself judging someone for their clothing, interests, or hobbies, the more you train yourself to not care about the personal preferences of other people, the more relaxed and nicer you become as a person. I agree. If you know you're about to get fired, then don't throw in your resignation first in one last show of defiance. The meeting where they let you go is your chance to extract a great severance package and positive references. Employers want a clean departure. Don't make their life easy. Agreed. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably just quit when they think they're going to get fired, but you should try and take that severance and get everything out of it that you can. Want to be more charismatic? Don't try and be more impressive or entertaining. Focus on being a very engaged listener. Engaged listeners make eye contact, ask questions to bring the speaker out, and don't interject them with their own stories or change the conversation to be about themselves. 100%. Yes, 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 yes. I agree with that. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some good ones. If you want to read a book or need a book for class but don't want to spend a bunch of money, go to Archive.org. About 95% of the titles I've ever searched for are there in their entirety for free. most people, I definitely prefer reading off of a book, but obviously with everything being free, it's probably the way to go. Yeah. There is one, I'm just gonna talk about the ones that I remember. I remember there was one about, like, try to take more videos of people, because, like, I feel like in this era, we have so many photos of, like, memories and relatives and whatever, friends, family, whatever, but there's not, like, enough videos, and I definitely agree. Even when, like, I was looking back at some old memories, like, when you find the videos, it's so much better just because you can see how people were interacting and, like, the sound of their voices and how they were walking, and, you know, I don't know, there's just something about it that I definitely prefer. So yeah. For fast food workers, if your restaurant has a tray area on top of the trash bins, where whenever you clear the trays, leave one empty tray. When people see an example, they'll most likely follow it. That's true, 100%. If you have that one friend who you confide in about your hardships, please also make sure you let them know about the good parts of your life. It sucks when someone only looks to you when they're having a bad day. True. I mean, most of these I agree with. They're just like, I don't know. It's good that they're being said rather than the, like, ideas being revolutionary. I think I just hummed in ASMR. I just made a little drum beat in my head. When moving into a new house, one of the first things you should do is change the locks. You never know who might have a key to the house in their possession. 1000% yep. If you're ever using one of those spin the wheel coupon things on a new purchase for a website, it gives you something like Meow 10. Try inputting increments of 5, like Meow 20 or 30, because it's very likely that it's a super generic code and you got the crappier one for your purchase. Nice tip. If the store is out of bread, go to the freezer section and get a bag of frozen dough. Enjoy fresh baked bread without any fresh baked bread without any of the work as you wait out the storm. Yeah, that's good. If you are applying for a job that doesn't show its salary range, ask for more money than you normally would. Agreed. Yep, 100%. Yeah, a lot of these are kind of along the same lines. A lot of these are like interview related. Ask interviewers, when I give you a progress report in 6 months, what do you want to hear most from me? Or what do you most want to hear from me? Same difference. You work for yourself, not a company. This one's interesting. Work a 4-day week by negotiating your next raise differently. A lot of people are very much, it seems like in the professional world, wanting to move towards a 4-day work week, or at least 1 day working from home. So yeah. If you have an elderly family member or elderly neighbors, then ask if they need help signing up to get the COVID vaccine. They may not be familiar enough with the internet to access the online sign-up portals. 100% anything that, if you know anyone old, I think it's super important to reach out now. Obviously, so much of the world has gone digital in the past year, or I guess virtual, and I think that, obviously people that are a little older are struggling to kind of switch to that, so 1000% yes. And this is a good one. If you have a headache, the solution might be as easy as drinking water. Yes, 100%. I know a lot of people who get headaches all the time, which is crazy to me because I don't. I get headaches every now and then, but definitely not all the time. And I find that they come from 4 main things. 1, you need to drink water. 2, you need to eat. 3, you're very tired. And 4, your eyes are strained. Strained typically by looking at technology or any sort of screen. Obviously, there's other cases, if you hit your head or something, then you probably have a headache for a while. But I find those are my 4 main reasons. So yeah. Date someone who compliments you, not completes you. And that I don't mean compliment in the it's not written in the way that like literally like, oh, you look so good today, like compliment being like a complementary color. Like purple is the complementary color of yellow, and they look really good together, like on the logo of the Lakers logo, the Los Angeles Lakers logo. And I think that's a really good point. I guess someone who completes you could view that as like a completion, but I think that's a super good point, and that's the one I'm going to end it on. But I'm going to explain why. I think it's a good point. I think a lot of people are always looking for people who are similar to them that they want to date. And then there's some people who say like opposites attract. And I think that those are both kind of wrong, and there's like a very nice middle ground. And I think the middle ground is date someone or be in a relationship with someone, whatever, that has different interests than you, but the same values. And what that means is, if someone wants to if you're looking for a long-term relationship, and whatever, you're in your 20s or 30s, date someone who wants, if you want kids, it's probably best to date someone who wants the kids. If you want to live in a city, it's probably best to date someone who wants to live in a city. But if someone you date is super interested in painting and you're not, then that is 1000% good. If anything, it's better than dating someone who has the same interests as you, because then you don't really branch out and you don't learn new things and you don't learn about other people, and I think it's super important. Whereas if you date someone who has different values with you, it's always gonna it's very hard to, I guess it's not very hard, I don't know, I feel like it would be very hard to convince me of someone else's I don't know, it'd be like trying to convert someone's religion, or trying to convince someone not to have kids or to have kids. That's very hard to do, and I don't think it's necessarily a good thing to make people change their values, but it's definitely good to show people other interests in stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. This has been life pro tips for all of you. If you guys do want to see a part 2, don't forget to hit the like button if you do want, or let me know down in the comments if you do want to see a part 2 of any other videos, or you have a video suggestion. Then don't forget to comment down below, and finally don't forget to subscribe. We are on our way to 1,250 subscribers.